Hello there everybody, my name is Derailious, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over every single pet item in Hypixel Skyblock, the ones that are good, the ones that are bad, just basically showing you how to get every single one of them, how they're all achieved, and basically going over which ones are good and which ones are just not really something you should spend your time or money on. Before we begin, I do want to get into a few things. First off, I got to do the stereotypical YouTuber bit where I'm just like, hey, only about 9% of you guys are subscribed. You can see that flashing on screen now. So if we can get that number to about 10 or 12% even, that'd be really, really great. So thank you guys so much for all the support. I also want to say we are filling up our Discord very quickly. Our Discord went from like 200 members to 375, so it'll be linked down below. And if you join before we hit 1,000 subs, which will be coming soon, you will get the veteran role. After that, there's no way to get it. And it also gives you priority to join our SMP, which is filling up, and there's only a few slots remaining. So yeah, if you guys want to join any of that, make sure you join the Discord. So on that note, let's launch right into the video and talk about the pet items. Okay, so first we will get into the pet items at Zog, which you can find immediately after coming out of the spawn area and going right into the pet building. Zog here has quite a few items that are pretty useful for new players, but not really useful for anybody else. He has the All Skills XP boost, which increases pet XP by 10% for all skills. It costs 50k coins. A Mining XP, Farming, Fishing, Combat, and Foraging XP boost, all for 60,000 coins, which increase the XP gained by 20% for the skill that they're used for. And then he has the high-level versions of the Farming and Mining XP boosts for 500k coins a pop, which increase it by 40%. He has Big Teeth, which increase crit chance by 5, Iron Claws, which increase the pet's crit damage and crit chance by 40%, Hardened Scales, which increase defense by 25, Sharpened Claws, which increase crit damage by 25, and Bubblegum, which allows you to have double at time on your orbs. Personally, I don't recommend any of these items for veterans, but I do recommend the Iron Claws or Big Teeth for new players who are trying to get their stats up. As well, Bubblegum is situational at best, and I don't recommend it because there's a lot of better options that you can find on the auction house. A lot of these items can be crafted, however, as well, so I'm going to go get into one first. If you go into your recipe book, you go to Mining Recipes, and you go over to, on the, which page will be? 4th page for me, Textbook. Textbook can be crafted at Lapis 10, requires 8 enchanted lapis blocks and 64 enchanted paper, and gives your pet 100% more intelligence. Really useful for something like a sheep pet. Next is the Lucky Clover, which you can find on the auction house pretty commonly. As well, you can craft it. It is a rare drop from a lot of fishing sort of events. The Lucky Clover core is required to craft it, however. As you can see, it's right here. And you can get it through the Carrot King. That's why everyone makes, obviously, carrot stuff. The reason why you would want something like a Lucky Clover is because it increases Magic Find by 7, which is actually really good for a high-level pet. Next up is the Saddle, which can be found in Leather 7. So if you go over to Collection, you go over to Farming, Leather 7. Saddle allows you to increase your horse speed by 50% and jump boost by 100%. Next up is the Tier Boost, which is a rare drop, or not a rare drop, but the core for it is a rare drop from the Endstone Protectors, and it requires 10 enchanted iron blocks to craft as well. If you look it up, what the Tier Boost does, if you can find some, there we go. The Tier Boost allows you to boost the rarity of your pet by 1 tier, which is really, really strong. And as well, here are the cores used to craft them. And I'm pretty sure I can't view the recipe, which is kind of sad, but that's how it works. This is really good for an epic Ender Dragon pet. That's really where you're going to see them the most. Next up is the XP share, which is, while unequipped, gain 25% of the pet that is equipped's XP, which is really strong. If you look up EXP share, you get the core for it by killing any mob in the deep caverns. As you can see, they go for about 700k. As well, it requires 72 enchanted gold to craft. So yeah. Next up is the high-level Farming XP boost, which can be found at the Duncan X NPC, and it costs 1.5 million coins. I wouldn't necessarily waste your time on something like that. Next are the Uncommon, Rare, and Epic Combat XP boosts. They give 30, 40, and 50% XP per combat on pets, and they are dropped from Magma Cubes, rarely, as well as Obsidian Defenders and Watchers for the rare and epic ones. You cannot get the rare or epic ones from the Magma Cubes, however, only the uncommon variant. Foraging XP boost, that is epic rarity, can be found from the Soul of the Alpha. It is a rare drop. It gives 50% foraging XP to pets. Fishing XP boosts that are 30, 40, and 50% can be found at Night Squid, Sea Leeches, as well as the Deep Sea Protector, Water Hydra, and Sea Emperor for the highest level ones. Next are the mythological event ones, which are really game-changing. First, we have Antique Remedies. This is the one I recommend you go with for most pets. It increases pet strength by 80%, as well as a rare drop from the Minos Champion. Next after that is the Crochet Tiger Plushie, which increases bonus attack speed by 35, which is really strong and is once again a drop from the Mythological Ritual event. I would use this for high CPS builds. Next is the Washed Up Souvenir, which is a rare drop from digging griffin burrows with a legendary griffin pet equipped. They sell for about 10 million, and they have a sea creature chance increase of about 5. So I recommend that for a Megalodon or something of that nature. Next is the Dwarf Turtle Shelmet, which allows you to not take knockback. It's really strong, and it is also a drop from the Mythological Ritual. And after that is the Minos Relic, which doesn't look like anyone has. Oh, there we go. They increase all pet stats by 33%. This is what you would want to use if you dropped a legendary dragon. If you got this as well as a legendary dragon, you are basically looking at a absolutely massive increase to literally every stat, which is insane. Next we have Serrated Claws, which is the upgraded variant of the claws from before. They increase crit chance, obviously, or increase crit damage, obviously, by 25, and are crafted using 18 gold blocks, the sharpened claws that you get from the mythological event, sharpened claws that you have previously from the from Zog, as well as one Zog anvil. So basically how this works is you can take any of those items that you can get from Zog, and there's the same thing for bigger teeth, but no one has made those, and reinforced scales as well. If you take any of the, well, this is reinforced skin, but if you take any of the items from Zog here, and then you have a Zog anvil, notably for these 4 items, and you have 18 gold blocks, you can create the upgraded variant. I'm not going to go into specifically what they are, because that's a huge price for not much of an increase, but just note that that's something you can, in theory, do. So there are the serrated claws, bigger teeth, reinforced scales, and gold claws. As well, you can also do the same thing for the XP boost, the all XP boost. So if you come here, you see how there's a all skills XP boost. There's the all skills XP super boost, which once again costs 18 gold blocks, one of the XP boosts, and a Zog anvil, which boosts pet XP by 20% per all stats. On that note, the ones that I recommend the most are the Antique Remedies, which increases the strength by 80%, as well as the Tiger Plushie if you're wanting to go for a CPS build. For mid-level players, for early game players, I recommend a, not serrated claws, but sharpened claws, as they increase crit damage by a significant margin, as well as giving you a bunch of other buffs. And I would also recommend for early game players that you might want to pick up a mid-tier mining or farming XP boost just to level up your pets, because leveling up your pets is actually really useful early game. And now is no better time because we have Diana active. As well, for late game players, if you have a Minos Relic, that's insane, and you should put it on your highest level pet with the most stats, because that will increase the stats obviously by a lot. And if you have an epic dragon pet, you should put a tier boost on it, because making it legendary increases your stats by a lot, basically more than 10%. And on that note, that's really all the items that I would recommend using. I've basically gone over every single one of them in the game. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure you're all in the Discord. Joining that is really useful. And on that note, see you guys in the next video. Peace out, fellas.